Whoa, what's this? For the power of crappy webcams. I'm here before you to talk about a couple of things, namely my Tales of Exilia 2 all characters run, which has been going on for the past 3 months, I think. And in that time I've made it up to Chronos now. So I'm kind of taking a bit too long with this, I think. But that's about to change for a couple of reasons, and the first being, when I was recording the Alvin Aska solo, I basically rushed through that. I was like, I gotta get this done, I gotta get this done, I got 2 more characters to do this shit with, I gotta get this done. And as I was editing, you know, I saw it and I was like, I'm not too pleased with this video. I'm not pleased I did it that way, you know. I wasn't pleased with the mindset I went into it with. So that made me realize I've been going about this the wrong way. Rather than just making sure I get a video out for each character, I should just focus on the characters I enjoy and try and produce as good content as possible with them. And starting from the Luger Chronos video, which I'm moderately happy with that one. I might redo it later in case I get some other idea, but I'm basically gonna split the the all characters run into smaller runs, one for each character, of course. Because rather than, you know, say that, well, Elise and Rowan are technically part of it, but, you know, I haven't uploaded anything with them yet, because I've been trying to do that for quite some time, but I just can't wrap my head around them for the time being, so I figured instead, rather than keep them on there and just, you know, try in vain each time, just put them in a separate run. Make an Elise solo, make a Rowan solo, and just run with it, and when it happens, rather than having them hold up the entire all characters run. So for example, this might mean you get 2 Luger videos in a row, 2 Alvin videos in a row. It depends entirely on when I feel like making content for that character. Because the way I've been going about it now is I've had basically this priority list. So Luger would be at the top, and then below him would usually be Jude or Alvin, and then Leia, and then, you know, Elise and Rowan at the bottom there. Gaius, Mila, and Muse aren't on that list yet because I haven't actually had the time to try them out in a solo scenario yet. But, you know, as they join, I'm not gonna promise I'm gonna, you know, be making videos for them. I'm gonna see if I can, and if I can, you know, I will definitely do my best to get some content out. But I'm gonna focus on, just most importantly, the characters I have fun, because with Elise and Rowan, it stopped being fun. And that's basically why I did this in the first place. I wanted to see if I could do it, and I also wanted to have some fun with it. And when I'm doing Luger, or Jude, or Alvin, I'm having fun. I'm having tons of fun just thinking of stuff. And Leia too. But with Elise and Rowan, who I don't understand a whole lot, I haven't really sat down and attempted to figure them out yet. I'm definitely going to do that in the future. But to try and do so just during the practice sessions I do with the bosses, I don't think I'm putting enough time into it. So I need to set aside some time to do some serious lab work with them. And I can't have that going on at the same time as all the other characters. So I'm gonna put that as a future thing. Where was I? Yeah, so I'm gonna focus on characters I enjoy, characters I think I can do good content with, and not just like good content in the sense that I abide by the rules, you know, I didn't take any damage, didn't use free run, whatever. I mean actually entertaining videos. I think that's kind of been waning lately on my end, because the Luger Ivor video, I think, is probably my best one yet, because it's just thing after thing after thing, and it all flows perfectly. It looks nice. It's, you know, it's a good video. I'm happy to say that, which I don't do very often, to say that I don't hate this video. I kind of like it. And I want to be able to feel that way about every video, so I'm going to set aside more time to each solo, rather than just find a combo that works, which is what I did with Alvin and Aska. I was just like, oh shit, Boilermaker into Tornado Drive, spamming Tiger Blade, Sonic Thrust. It works, you know, it's efficient, it deals a lot of damage, it keeps me away from the lasers. It's not very interesting to watch, maybe the first time, but not when I do it 6-7 times in a row. So that's also definitely on my list of videos to redo one of these days. You know, until then, until I feel I can do that boss justice, I'm just gonna keep going. So yeah, to recap that little thing, I'm gonna stick to mostly the characters I enjoy, which at the moment are Luger, Jude, Alvin, and ostensibly Leia. It depends on how future bosses go. I had some troubles with Ivor. I felt it became kind of a, you know, maximum efficiency mode there as well, where I just went with the same combo that admittedly, you know, deals damage. It gets the job done, but it's not very interesting to watch like 4 or 5 times in a row. So I'm gonna work on that a bit more. And then, of course, as Mila, Gaius, and Muse, they start joining up, I'm gonna see what I can do with them. Really looking forward to Mila and Gaius especially. Muse a bit, because I did play her like quite a lot during my first playthrough. I've never actually sat down and really, you know, done lab sessions with her, but I'm gonna do that as well. So I think that's about it for Exilia 2. If I miss anything, I'm gonna add in captions probably. And moving on, I want to talk a little bit about Tales of Zestiria, which I gotta say I'm not very excited for anymore. Like I was gonna do this thing where I'd watched the reveal trailer, I had watched some gameplay, not a whole lot, practically nothing. So I knew very little about the game, and I was going to keep it that way and just go into the game blind, let it surprise me. I'm glad I didn't follow through with that, because I don't think my heart could have taken a surprise of that magnitude. Holy crap. Like, apart from the, you know, obvious camera issues, which, you know, we can work with that. It's not impossible to work around that, I don't think. But then there are the story factors. Apparently the story is a bit crap, which, I mean, I can forgive a lot of a game's story if the game is basically fun to play. Like, I sat through Star Ocean The Last Hope like 2 or 3 times, and the story in that game is not that great. But I found the gameplay fairly enjoyable, so I just stuck with it. And I'm definitely willing to give Zestiria a try. An honest, you know, an honest chance to impress me, but I've been hearing some really shady things, and I'm not going to mention, you know, I'm not going to go into too much detail in case you want to stay spoiler free, or in case you don't want to hear about it, basically. But you know, I'm still gonna give it an honest try, you know, when it comes out over here. Which it's kind of funny. Namco were like, "Oh, we're gonna shoot for a worldwide release this time around. We believe in this title," and then you know, 2 days before the game's release, we still hadn't heard anything about a Western release, so, you know, maybe, I have a feeling that one didn't quite come to fruition. But yeah, I'm not as excited as I used to be. I'm still looking forward to it. Of course, it's the Tales game. It's one of my favorite game series. I'm bound to be excited about it. I'm gonna give it an honest shot. I'm gonna let it try and impress me. As I said, I can forgive a lot if the game is basically fun to play. Like Exilia 2, kinda crap story, in my opinion, of course. But gameplay, you know, fun. I wouldn't be doing these solo runs if I didn't find the game genuinely fun to play. I did that with Graces too. I thought the story in that game was exceptionally weak. But gameplay, you know, basically fun. So I just kept going with it. But regarding Zestiria and solo runs, or just challenge runs in general, on my channel, undecided. Of course, I'm gonna have to give the game a try first. From what I've seen, it seems pretty similar to Graces, like with the weakness system and the whole, you know, you guard and those circles come around you, the blue, green, red charges. Those are still in there. I guess it would be pretty similar to Graces. It's the same battle system programmer after all. I'm gonna have to give the game a try first before I start thinking about doing videos for it. because I might be terrible at it. That's entirely possible. I was pretty terrible at Exiliate 2 before I really sat down and really started to work on my combo building and stuff like that. But yeah, I can't really think of much more to say. Is there anything more on Zestiria? I'm gonna give it an honest try. I've talked a bit about the controversy surrounding it and the stuff on my channel. Yeah, as I said, I'm gonna let it impress me first. I'm gonna play it before I make a decision. Because I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm gonna make an hardest difficulty with Sore only on Tales of Zestiria. I'm gonna do that the first thing I do when I play the game. No, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna play through it once, and then I'm gonna make a decision based on my feelings of the game. Because basically, when it's about solo runs, when it's about challenge runs, I don't give a crap about the story. I haven't watched a single story segment in Exiliate 2. I just skipped it on my second playthrough just to get to the bosses. Because, it's all about the battles in that sense. So if the battle system in Zestiria is fun, and I think I could become good at it, probably. Yeah, I still have to find a character I like using. I think that's a pretty minor problem. Tales games have this tendency of being just fun to play, so I'm sure one character or another is going to strike a chord with me. I'm going to stick with them. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I can't think of much more to say. So I'll catch you later, and thanks for watching.